Hello. Today we're starting off in Viridian City and not in Pewter City where we left off yesterday because I trained my team up a little bit. I got Bulbasaur to level 10, got Mankey to level 7, and because I forgot to do it in the last episode, we're gonna go do the rival fight over here. So let's hop into that. I really wish that they gave you the running boots or the running shoes or whatever they're called in this game. I don't remember. Like earlier in this game because you don't get it until after you beat Brock in Pewter City, and the game just feels so much slower because of that reason. And I know it's probably just me because it's really not that bad, but I hate the fact that it's that slow. So my thought process here is I'm going to use the Bulbasaur to take out the Pidgey, and I'm going to use the Mankey to take out the Charmander. So I'm hoping that plays out like that. I really don't know if that's going to play out like that, but that's kind of just my thought process. So hopefully it does. Then we're gonna head back up to Pewter City. We're gonna go do Brock, and yeah, that's probably about it. I mean, today's episode's probably not gonna be all that long, to be honest. I really don't know how long it's gonna be. So a lot of the rival battles in the newer games are really easy. That, or they're just kind of dumb because I think the newer games are a lot easier than like the older generation games like Ruby and Sapphire. And not to say that those games are hard because they're really not that hard, but they are just a little more. They're different nowadays. And I think personally, I think it's easier to the battles are easier now, but some people might think differently, and I know that when I played Legends Arceus has one of the hardest fights probably the hardest fight that I've ever done in any Pokemon game ever. And I know that's not saying much because it's not like they're that hard to begin with, but I mean, I've done Red in Gold and Silver. I did Red in Heart Gold and Soul Silver with level 40s and 50s. And he's got like level 80s. So I mean, really it's not that the battles are hard at all, to be honest with you, but the battles can be a little bit difficult. Like the one in Legends Arceus is actually really difficult because it's a 3-stage battle with basically no healing. Like there's no time for you to heal in between the 3 battles that there is. I think that is the first fight in any of the Pokemon games ever that's like that. I could be wrong because I know that like the end area in Pokemon Coliseum is like it's a tournament kind of, and I don't remember if they heal your Pokemon in between each fight or not. Even those battles weren't all that easy. I'm trying to think of any other battles that might have been hard for me in Pokemon games. See, a lot of people say Cynthia in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum was really hard. I never had a problem with Cynthia. I never thought Cynthia was that difficult. I never, it just wasn't. I don't understand the people that say Cynthia was all that hard because by the time that I was playing those games, I had been around enough to like know what I'm doing, strategically plan out a team for Cynthia, and I was able to do it. Like the Elite Four and Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum was kind of one of the easier ones throughout the entire series. Like I would say personally that Fire Red and Leaf Green's champion battle are quite a bit harder, actually. I know that, just steering off topic here for a minute, there's going to be some more background noise in this video, just like there was in the 2 videos before, simply because there are people in my house that are awake. I record these at night. Like right now it's 12:30. I just go to bed right after this, to be honest with you. If I can, that is. Most nights that's not the case, and I just kind of lay down, but some nights I do. I have a really bad habit of waking up like really late in the day. I really need to fix my sleep schedule, because my sleep schedule is like go to bed really early in the morning and then wake up at like 4 in the morning, or 4 in the afternoon rather. So I need to kind of fix that, because 4 in the afternoon is when I'm going to start like uploading these videos. I hit the wrong button. Yeah. Now it's time to go do Brock. Brock should be a pretty easy fight. I shouldn't have any problem with Brock. It should be... yeah, it's pretty easy. I would say the early gym leaders in this game, probably up to about Sabrina, are kind of just a joke. Like, they're not hard. They're just pretty easy gym fights. I don't typically do gym trainers, just I don't feel it's necessary to do gym trainers. I just realized that I said that I was going to read in the first episode of this. I said I was going to read, and now I'm not reading. I apologize for that. It's probably not that big of a deal, but it just kind of clicked in my head that I'm not reading dialogue. And the gym leaders in the rival battles are what I said I was going to read, so I will get on that right after this battle. Yeah, like I said, Brock is pretty easy. It's not really going to be difficult. Yeah. I need to level up my Mankey though, because my Mankey is really like a lot lower level than Bulbasaur here. Apologize, I have to stop a minute and think about what I'm going to say next, so if I take breaks in my speech, that's why. I know I'm pretty excited for the new Pokemon games. I'm pretty excited for the new Pokemon games next year, I should say, because there's not going to be any new games this year. That DLC for Scarlet and Violet's coming out, and that's pretty exciting for me, because me and my friends are kind of looking forward to that. I know I'm looking forward to that. I can't really speak for them that much, because we kind of think that Scarlet and Violet wasn't the most well put together game. I think that it doesn't run the greatest. I know that some people, me personally, I do really enjoy Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet's, it's a pretty good game. It just doesn't run the greatest on the Switch, and that's kind of unfortunate, because that's a console that it was built for, but I almost feel like it wasn't, I don't know. I feel like the engine that they put it on just wasn't built for the Switch. I don't know a whole lot about that stuff, so... Sorry, let me read. Oh, Hyper. I'm glad I caught up to you. I'm Professor Oak's aide. I've been asked to deliver this, so here you go. And these are the running shoes. I've been waiting for this, to be honest, because the running shoes are so useful. Well, I must be going back to the lab. Bye-bye. There's a letter attached. Right. Here's a pair of running shoes for my beloved challenger. Remember, I'll always cheer for you. Cheer for you. Don't ever give up. From Mom. Oh, this feels so much better to run now. Stop in here and buy some Pokeballs. I know that in this game there's a, trade in Abra for a Mr. Mime. I think I might do that trade because I've never used a Mr. Mime. Even in Sword and Shield, I didn't use Mr. Mime. I think it's the Galarian Mr. Mime or Mr. Rhyme. I didn't use Mr. Mime or Mr. Rhyme. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting to use a Mr. Mime because I've never used one on a team. But at the same time, like, I really don't know how it's going to perform. You know, I don't know how it's going to be, how it's going to do. I don't know how good it's going to be. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a pretty good Pokemon because, I don't know, I just kind of hope that it's going to be a good Pokemon because I'm just excited to use it. I don't have very high expectations, to be honest with you. I really don't. But one can hope. Trying to think of, like, I'm probably going to use an Aerodactyl as my, like, flying type. And then I got to think strategically about it now because I have a fighting type, I've got a poison and grass type, I've got a psychic type, I'm going to have a rock and flying type. I want to be a completely diverse team, like no types at all match, are the same on the team. And I feel like it's pretty easy to do that. I don't think it's a very hard task to do that. I don't know, because there are some Pokemon that I'd really like to use. Like, I'd really like to use a Nidoran or a Nidoking, rather. But I might lose here. No, I'm not gonna lose. I've got potions. I'd really love to use a Nidoran, or a Nidoking, rather. But I've already got a poison type. I don't need another poison type, so it would be kind of just not useful for me to have another poison type on the team. Sorry, I'm kind of just playing these trainer battles and not really thinking about them because they're early route trainer battles. I don't really need to think that hard about them. But Sand Attack is a really annoying move, and it's kind of annoying me really bad. So why? I hate it when Pokemon, like, I hate it when the AI just spams Sand Attack. It's so annoying to have to deal with that. Back onto the Scarlet and Violet thing. I know I'm personally pretty excited for the DLCs. I think it's called, like, the Teal Mask, or the Sacred Mask, or something like that. I was a big fan of the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra in Scarlet and Violet. I know some people weren't a huge fan of it, but I personally was a really big fan of that area because it's got some really cool Pokemon. Like, it introduced Urshifu. Urshifu's a sick Pokemon. I love Urshifu. And it also brought back Pokemon that I was missing from, that I really missed from older generations into Sword and Shield. So I'm kind of hoping that Scarlet and Violet's the same, and that it's going to be. I haven't looked at anything on the. I haven't looked at anything like spoilers related to the DLC or like what's going to be in the DLC. So I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be the same for Scarlet and Violet, where it's going to bring back a bunch of like awesome Pokemon, and going to add some new Pokemon and stuff. I know currently I'm working on a living dex, so I need to. I've got generations 1 through 4. I need to get 5 through, I believe it's 9 now. I can work on 6 and I can work on 6 because I still have my copy of Pokemon Y, but I can't work on 5 because I don't have there's not a whole, like, the Unova Dex is really big, and I'd have to go and, I mean, obviously I could do it, but the Unova Dex is really big, and I'd have to transfer in some Pokemon from, like, Pokemon Go or from older games. I have to transfer them up through Pokemon Bank to Pokemon Home, and it's not like that's going to be that big of a deal, but I could also just, I think that a lot of people thinking right now that Generation 5 is going to be getting remade, or there's going to be like a Pokemon in Black and White, like 3, almost like a sequel to Black and White 2, that might bring, like, if that's true, then that's the Unova Dex. I can get Pokemon, I can work on it like that, and that would be awesome if that's the case. I love Black and White. I think Black and White is a really underrated generation. I think Gen 5 is a really underrated generation, and I was one of those people that was underrating that generation. I think Black and White was amazing nowadays, because I can go back and play them on, like if I had a copy of Pokemon White or Black, or White 2 or Black 2, I can go back and play those games, and I'd have a lot of fun with those games now. Those games are really fun. I do enjoy them. I don't think there has been a really bad generation of Pokemon, except for I didn't really care for Generation 7. Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, I don't think they were the greatest. Like, yeah, they brought in some cool ideas, like the Tapus and the Ultra Beasts, but I think the way that they changed up with, like, island trials instead of gyms, I didn't like that change. That wasn't a great change, in my opinion. So there are things about each generation that I do like, and there are things about each generation that I don't like, and it's like, it's kind of a line, like, were they good or were they not good? And in my opinion, Generation 7 just wasn't all that. I didn't really care for it that much. I know that Mankey's gonna die here, but I'm right next to the Pokemon Center, so it's whatever. I just didn't really care for Generation 7 all that much. I didn't think Generation 7 was that good. I liked 6th Gen. X and Y was good. There were some good Pokemon games. Like I said, Scarlet and Sword and Shield were amazing. I think Sword and Shield are probably some of the best new gen Pokemon games. Like Legends Arceus is also one of the Legends Arceus is hands down, in my opinion, the best new gen Pokemon game. And if you haven't played it, I really recommend it because it's so good. Yes, it's different from the other games, but it adds features that is like just so. It's just so fun to play. I love that generation. I love not even that generation. I love that game specifically because it brings you back into the past. Like I said, Legends Arceus brought a challenge to Pokemon in one of the hardest fights that I've ever had to deal with. Legends Arceus brought that challenge, and that challenge was fun for me. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it really, like, it messed me up at first because I was like, wow, this is, like, really difficult. This is a step of, like, this is a challenge that I haven't faced in so long in Pokemon games. And it brought challenge. It was good. I really liked it. Like I said, if you haven't played Legends Arceus, I really do recommend Legends Arceus because Legends Arceus is such a good game. Even if you haven't played Scarlet and Violet, I recommend that if you don't mind, like, not having the best performance in the game. The game itself is actually a pretty good game. Is there anything that I can do to make this go quicker? Because this is starting to annoy me. I hate rap. And in Gen 1, fun fact, I don't know if you know it or not, but in Gen 1, rap used to be one of the most broken moves because Pokemon like Dragonite could learn rap. Or I don't know, I don't remember if Constrict was a thing in Generation 1, but Pokemon like Dragonite can learn rap, and in Red, Blue, and Yellow, and Green in Japan, Dragonite with rap would not, like, if you get caught in rap, you can't move. Like, you wouldn't get to use your turn, and it's annoying. But that's what made Gen 1 Gen 1. Like, if I'm not wrong, the Psychic type was actually immune to Ghost types. The only thing that would have made, like, the only thing that gave Psychic type a weakness back then, because there was no Dark typing. And Bug typing was almost obsolete. Like, there was nothing, like, you're not going to use a Butterfree, you're not going to use a Beedrill. Like, those aren't that great a Pokemon. And it's, like, Psychic type was broken in Generation 1. It was hands down the best type in Generation 1. They fixed that in Generation 2, obviously, because of the Dark type. And I don't know for sure, but I almost feel like that's why they added the Dark type, was to counteract the Psychic type because it was so broken. Obviously, that's probably not the case. That's probably not why they added the Dark type, because they also added the Steel type. Which I don't think the Steel type is all that. And even nowadays, I don't think the Steel type is all that. Yeah, it's good, but I think the introduction of, like, typings like Fairy, I think Fairy's a much better typing overall than Steel type is. Even though Steel type is super effective against Fairy. So, it's really just kind of weird, I guess, because one typing is super effective against the other, but that typing that is weak to the other typing is better than the other one at the same time, and it's, I don't know. I hate Pokemon trainer. I hate trainers with Kakunas, and I really don't like Kakuna. And I wish I could use my fast forward button, but I don't want to do that. Although I might just end up using it, because this is not sitting through Kakuna after Weedle after Kakuna is not fun. Later on, when I have a fire type, probably in, I think Vulpix is in Leaf Green version. I might, later on when I have a rock type or a flying type or fire type, bug type will be easier to deal with, but for now, Kakuna and Metapod, they're just annoying because I don't deal damage to them. I forget, I don't think the physical special split is in Generation 3. So I think Grass type is physical. Oh, and yeah, I did fact check myself about the Golbat. Golbat does not learn Fly. Actually, Golbat doesn't learn any HMs from what it looked like. So that's kind of unfortunate, actually. But I still think I might catch a Golbat. No, I won't catch a Golbat because I said that I wanted to make this a completely diverse team, and if I caught a Golbat, it wouldn't be diverse at all because it would be, well, it'd still be diverse, but it wouldn't be completely diverse because it would be a repeat of the poison typing, and it would be a repeat of the flying type once I get Aerodactyl. So that's out of the window, actually. I didn't think about it until now. I don't really know what else to talk about right now. Evolutions. Let's talk about evolutions. Evolutions. I won't do any evolution off screen. I will always put evolutions in the videos just because I feel like that's the right thing to do. So if I am grinding, and let's say my Bulbasaur is level 32 and it evolves, actually I think Bulbasaur evolves at level 32. Ivysaur evolves at level 32, I think. Whatever the level is before you get Venusaur, I don't remember. When it gets to that level, I will just... I'll stop the level before, and I'll do that level on screen. Oh, almost done. I apologize for this being so boring. Obviously, Kakuna's Metapods, they're boring. And if you are watching this video and you let me know if you want me to use the speed up button to get through those long battles, because obviously they're annoying and nobody really wants to sit through them. If it was just me playing this game, I'd speed up through them because it's, like I said, it's annoying. Nobody really wants to sit through them. So if you want me to, let me know. Also, let me know what my next Let's Play should be. Should I do Pokemon Emerald? Should I do Pokemon Emerald randomizer? Should I randomize this copy of Leaf Green and do a randomizer of Leaf Green? I probably I doubt anyone would want to watch Pokemon one generation and then do that exact same generation over again, just randomized. I don't think people are going to want to watch that. So I'm probably going to do, I'll probably do a Pokemon Emerald Let's Play or Pokemon Emerald Randomizer. It just depends on what you guys want to see. If you're watching this, that is. There probably won't be anybody actually watching this. This whole YouTube thing probably won't even, I doubt I'll be able to make anything out of it. I'm really hoping I will, because this is, like I said, this has been my dream since I was a kid. To be able to do this, to be able to play video games for a living, because I love video games. I love being able to sit here and talk. I know I'm not a huge talker, but I like to sit here and I like to listen to myself talk. I like to hear myself think. I like to hear myself talk about Pokemon, because it helps me reflect on myself. And yeah, if there's anybody watching me by the time that I get done with this Let's Play, and if you watch the Let's Play up until the end, let me know what you want to see next. Just write it in the comments or something. Let me know what you want to see next. That would be a really big help. I could do Pokemon, I could do other things. I could figure out how to do Legend of Zelda. I could figure out how to do like Pokemon Coliseum or Pokemon XD. If you want to see a playthrough of that. If you want to see a randomized playthrough of that, I'll figure out how to do that. Just let me know. I'd be more than happy to do anything. Coming up, there's a Magikarp, but I'm probably not going to get the Magikarp just because I don't feel it's necessary to get the Magikarp. Actually, I kind of feel like it would be a little bit useless almost, because, well, I really don't know actually, because I won't have a water type. But I know that I think it's in the Silphkill building in whatever city Sabrina is in. I think it's not Cerulean, but it's not Celadon. I think that city is Vermilion City. I think Sabrina's city is Vermilion City. So in whatever Rocket Hideout is in that one, I think it's the Silphkill. There's a Lapras. There's a free Lapras that I'm going to add to the team. So I'm going to leave it off here. Next episode, we're going to go through Mount Moon. If we have time, I'll do Misty. I might even do that rival battle. Thank you for watching. If you did watch and you stayed all the way through to see to the end, thank you. You can hit that subscribe button if you want to. You can hit that like button if you want to. You can leave a comment if you want to. And, yeah. I'll see you later.